Jay Weatherill says his government can kickstart establishing thousands of new jobs to replace those lost in the auto sector, despite a multi-million-dollar shortfall. Thursday's budget will contain $60 million for automotive transformation, but the required Commonwealth funds haven't materialised.
The man tasked with nursing the auto industry through its terminal decline has no delusions about the job ahead.
I'm obviously very apprehensive about it. We've got a lot of work to do.
Greg Combay will head a new task force handpicked by the Premier. Sound familiar?
We will bring together a task force of the very best people.
But Jay Weatherill says his task force is a different proposition.
Well, that was a talks fest in circumstances where we were trying to actually save Holdens from closure.
And circumstances do change. In January, the government promoted its Auto Jobs Rescue Plan, offering $60 million but demanding $330 million from the Commonwealth. It says it will still forge ahead, even though Canberra's only kicking in about a tenth of that.
The Commonwealth's position does shift. We expect it will continue to shift.
But the Premier's position shifts too. When he's pushing for federal cash, it can't come quickly enough.
There's an urgency about this. There's an urgency about this, and we're going to continue pressing the Commonwealth.
But when asked whether the state will chip in the shortfall...
Well, look, I mean, that'll all be dealt with in time. We've got plenty of time to deal with these matters.
Surely they've got an opportunity to divert funds from general revenue into this important transformation process.
The Premier's certainly not picking fights with Canberra today.
Oh, no. I mean, I'm happy to... You want to kick it up a bit, do you?
He says $60 million in Thursday's budget will kickstart the process, but after that...
We'll cross that bridge when we come to it.
Tom Richardson joins us live. And Tom, the Premier had another significant announcement today.
Yeah, that's right. He revealed he'll move to allow independent MP Bob Such a further 3 months absence on sick leave. Now, that means Dr Such, if he does choose to return to the chamber, may not come back until at least September. He is, of course, battling a brain tumour and withdrew from anointing the state's government after the March election resulted in a hung parliament, leaving Jeff Brock to side with Labor. Now, Labor's since fortified its parliamentary position somewhat, luring Martin Hamilton-Smith onto its front bench, but it does appear that what remains a very finely poised parliamentary predicament will now continue for some time. Back to you.
Thanks, Tom.